What's up, everybody? It's me again, Brian from HappyThumbsGaming, and we're live with April 2019 Gamebreak. Despite what that silly title said, I don't know, some of you may have caught it. I accidentally copied and pasted and forgot to update it. So all of the information was correct, but the title was not. Thank you to Nick for sorting that out. But what's up, everybody? There's been a handful of you hanging out on the premiere page, which if you haven't caught wind of what that is yet, it's basically the pre-show, the pre-game kind of a thing. We hang out before we get to the business, and a handful of you hung out. Let's see, Troy, Jefferson, Sterling, HTG Lover, and Loki all made some appearances late last night or early this morning. Matt, Crappy, and Todd, as well as Batman Fan, all made it at some point today, and the Extremists, Simon, a whole bunch of people were here before hanging out. So much love and special thanks to all of you guys. But hey, welcome back. It's been a whole another month, and you know, stuff has happened, but not a ton of stuff. But we thought, you know, we owe it to you guys to kind of catch up and talk and hang out and do all that stuff. So, as per usual, I've got an agenda. I've got an agenda here. We're going to kind of go through it. I'm going to say kind of hi's to everybody in the chat, and then we're going to get to business, and then we'll hang out afterwards, and you guys can ask me anything you want. We can talk about anything we talked about and everything. But for those who cannot make the Game Break live, we want to make sure that they don't have to wait hours and hours and hours to get through the content and you know, have to wait through a bunch of yipping and a yapping, because I do that from time to time. I don't know if you've noticed, but it does happen. We got more of you funneling in here. Shout outs to, let's see here, Rackers, Mango, Past the Future, as well as Gabriel. What's up, Brian? Been a fan of yours. I play Lego games. Most of the games you play on here help me get 100%. Sweet. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Glad that we can help out. Super, super stoked that you are continuing to watch our videos and finding them hopefully useful and maybe a wee bit entertaining. And that being said, let's go ahead and jump into things. Now, you guys may notice there's a little counter down below me here. You guys see that? It's getting really close. Like, I can hardly contain myself. Like, it really is. You know, this is almost a little bit late. I actually kind of compiled this information a few days ago, and we've gotten a handful of subs, but we have hit the 99,000 mark, and I want to give you guys a big special digital high five and a special thanks for supporting us and continuing to allow us to do what we like to do. As you guys know, we have been growing rather quickly in the last couple of weeks, months, and we're going to hit a pretty big milestone. Our views are still kind of where they've always been, which is really weird to me, but our audience is getting huger. And, you know, analytics show that we are on the up on everything, so that's good, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. So we'll be hitting that 100,000 mark either the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere in that vicinity. So basically like 5-6 days. And it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm not sure. We had some plans, and they kind of fell through, and then we made some other plans, and they kind of fell through. So what we're kind of thinking right now is that if the timing works out, and you guys are interested, we'll do kind of another live Game Break style of stream. We'll hang out, we'll see what's going on. If it takes forever, we'll bounce it over and we'll do some gaming. Maybe we'll play some Everybody's Golf. Maybe we'll do some, you know, Burnout Paradise. Something fun and action-packed with maybe some competition to keep everybody engaged. And maybe we'll break our all-time record. We've only had 47 people at one time on a stream. I know, 100,000 subscribers, and I can't even get 50 people into the stream. And so I don't know if it's my bad for the timing. We've tried different times, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see where it goes. We were just talking about it this morning, though, but it sounds like, you know, Gary, Nick, and I, and who knows, maybe we'll get some others too. Maybe it'll work out that Paz and Farmer and some of our other players that have been around, especially in the last year or so, might be able to join. I'm going to try to track down Doug and see what's up with him. Of course, I'll reach out to Tyler too and see if he's available for anything once we figure out whatever it is we're doing. You know, so it'll be awesome. And hey, real quick, I just see something in the chat right now, and not to jump off topic here, but let's keep it clean with information in the chat. I understand there's a couple of shows and a movie out right now that not everybody has had a chance to see. And I will be straight with you. If I see people, regardless if it's real, fake, trolling, whatever it is, we'll go ahead and put you in timeout. And if you return, we'll ban you. So, and I don't want to do that to anybody. I want everybody to play by the rules, and I want everybody to continue to hang out and be a part of this. But we actually had somebody the other day show up and started talking about stuff, and I was very specific and asked them not to, and they continued to talk, and we banned them. So what that means is they're not able to come back to our channel, and oh well, I guess probably to them. But you know, we don't want that stuff. So please, for my sake and everybody in the chat, please don't be posting stuff about, you know, Endgame or Game of Thrones or any other shows that have just had some sort of milestone or moment. Yeah, thank you. And we got Nick out there watching. So that's right. I don't know if Gary made it or not. Adam, what's up, dude? Where have you been? Has Kingdom Hearts bored you away from us? Let us know what's going on. We've missed you. Have you just been busy? I know I wasn't going to talk about people, but Adam is one of our everyday viewers, and we haven't seen him in a few days. So I was kind of starting to wonder, like, hadn't been long enough that I needed to, you know, message him, but it was getting to that point. So, Adam, what's up? Welcome. Yes, we are getting really close to that 100K, less than 200. Ah! Oh, look at that. Loki is here. Yes, Loki is right. Don't spoil the end game. And that's coming from someone who I'm pretty sure has already even seen the movie. So that's awesome. Let's see. Got to do the school kid drop off. I'll be back. All right, Simon. We'll probably be here. All right, so you know, we kind of got through that. It's running the reruns now of the 99 thank you here. But that being said, again, welcome back. Oh yeah, I didn't actually tweet out to people. So Twitter's getting a little notification right now. We are live. Hopefully I didn't mess that one up too. I had it labeled March. I probably got it labeled March there too. I'm a maroon. We all know it. But hey, I'm human, and that's what it's all about. So real quick, I want to touch base on something. I didn't create anything new for this one. The new sub on Happy Thumbs. I didn't create any new graphic or anything. I've got an old one, so don't pay much attention to it. I got something for a visual though, so I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll some old footage here. I just wanted to briefly touch base on Lego Movie 2. For those of you who played it, you've experienced it. It was one of the shortest, quickest games in the history of Lego. It was very different. The structure was different. It was kind of like a hybrid between, you know, Lego Worlds and what we know as the traditional Lego game. Some people hated it. Some people loved it. Some people liked a little break and are ready to return to action. Whatever your take is on it, we've got lots of videos up. It did take us a little bit longer than usual, and to be honest with you, you probably don't need many, if any of them. Most of the bricks are pretty easily found, and as such, some DLC was supposed to be released to us early, and it actually came out, and everybody has access to it now. We still haven't gotten to 2 of the 3 worlds. I take that back. We've got 1 recorded and 1 out, but I still need to edit and release the second one and then play, and I just haven't done it because, one, the way it worked out with Warner Brothers, they were supposed to get it out early to us. We actually got the codes a week early and punched them in and logged in and went to download, and everything downloaded, and then tried to access the content and it wasn't there. Kept saying we needed to. So it turns out what it needed to happen is that Warner Brothers and TT Games needed to release an update for the game itself in order to recognize the update and the DLC that I had. They had some troubles with quality assurance, and the release was actually delayed, period. So not only did we not get it early, everybody got it late. I think it was like a day, maybe 2 late. As a result, it threw our schedule way off. I just haven't been able to catch up, and because there's been absolutely nobody, not one person has asked me for it, I feel like the demand is low, and I've been focusing on other things. We got the 100K coming up. I've been trying to figure out something for that. I've had the Gamebreak coming up. I've got lots. I always have stuff that I got to plan, even though I kind of slacked on this one element here with the old footage. All the rest of the stuff should be new. So anyways, basically, the DLC is out. If you haven't checked it out, it is free if you own the game itself. If you know, you're needing some help, you want some videos, let me know. They will eventually leak out. My goal is I'll probably put one out either Saturday or Sunday this week, and I'll probably put one out Saturday or Sunday next week. So yeah, Lego Movie 2 DLC is out. It's called Galactic Adventures. Please check it out if you own the game. All right. See you later, Lego Movie 2. All right, so this next section. Hold on, I gotta get my notes here. I actually should have one more page. Uh-oh. Huh. All right, so I'm gonna talk to you guys, and I'm gonna step away for just a second, because I gotta go check my printer, because I don't think I grabbed the final page. Rumors. Let's talk rumors. Lego game rumors. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go grab my cheat sheet real quick. It's gotta be over here. All right, perfect. Perfect. So we're going to talk about these rumors in the order that we found out about them. We're also going to talk about what we've heard. And then I'm going to maybe allude to some things that... It's not that I know, but I know. If that makes any sense at all. So, okay, first things first. You guys... Oh, yeah. What's up, Sandy? Thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. That's killer. I blew everything up, made it bigger, and it looks cool on the Gamebreak. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that as well. All right. So a couple weeks back, there was this event. The event that happened, as far as we thought, had absolutely nothing to do with anything Happy Thumbs, Lego, or anything. If you guys are in the know, you know what I'm talking about already. And so what happened was there was this live event where a man of importance was on a stage, and he had a microphone, and he was hyping the crowd. He was like, you guys have no idea how excited we are. We've been working hard. All of our teams behind the scenes have been kicking butt. And this isn't verbatim. This is me just kind of riffing what he was saying. And he then kind of starts labeling off stuff. He's like, you Star Wars fans are gonna be excited because we've got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, we've got Vander Immortal, The Mandalorian, the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, and we also have a Star Wars Lego game in the works. And the crowd blew the roof off the place. Not just because of the Lego game, but because of everything. The internet literally broke at that point. And although there was a lot of information to be absorbed there, I think the one thing that stood out to a lot of us was that there was a Lego Star Wars game in the works. So, as you guys know, we're sponsored by Warner Brothers. I just want to point out right now that this is all speculation and rumor and a little bit of a paper trail. Nothing official. I don't want anybody to get upset or misdirected. I want to be very clear. We are talking rumors right now. But Lego Star Wars is rumored to be making a comeback in maybe a couple of forms. So, rumor number one. And I don't have a list of stuff here, so I apologize for that. Rumor number one is that we are going to see simply a remaster of the Lego Star Wars games that we have. King Wolfie, what's up? So, there are two Lego Star Wars games out that cover a large portion of... Sorry. 3 Lego Star Wars games out. One of them is new and has relevance to some of the J.J. Abrams' new movies, the Force Awakens. And then there's a couple of movies after that that have no coverage. There is a lot of coverage before that, though. We've got Star Wars. I can't remember what the original... I always forget what the original one's called. Somebody in the chat will probably tell me. But there's also Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars, right? So we've covered the Clone Wars. We have videos on that. Dougie Fresh did the guide and the videos on that. And it's absolutely hilarious because the dude had never watched Star Wars before. He didn't know who C-3PO was, or he didn't know who Skywalker, nothing, right? I don't know how you can live in today's world and not know any of that stuff, but he proves it in these videos, and it's quite comical. It's actually cringy as can be, but, you know, if you can appreciate Doug and all he's done, You know, it's quite comical. The Complete Saga. Thank you, Jeff. So, there's talk that those 2 early games from PS2 will be remastered, and the rumor is that they will have trophy / achievements for the new generation. So, that's cool. That's super awesome. Like, if that's all we get, if all the other stuff we're about to talk about doesn't exist, it's not true, it's all a bunch of malarkey, then I would still be pretty excited about that. Mainly because I never played Lego Star Wars, the Clone Wars 3. I never played the Complete Saga. I played a little bit of 3, but I didn't finish it because it was just crazy. It was large and in charge. And so I never went back to it. And so I have this problem. A lot of you know, I don't like the PlayStation 3 controller anymore. It was the best controller ever until the PlayStation 4 controller came out. And that's partially true because I used to put FPS freaks, they're little extensions to my analog sticks that would snap on. Used to have some right here. I don't have any for an example right now. But I didn't like the way, you know, forgive me for not having a better term, but it had a mushroom top, right? Like the controller analog sticks had these mushroom tops, and once they got worn down, they got slippery and sweaty, and they were garbage. I hated them. The new ones have the little concave. You can see they've got the little divots there. So much better, just ergonomically better, everything's better. So I'm glad I won't have to go back on the old controller to play. And I know there's some kind of ways that you can kind of limp your way through, plugging a controller in and stuff, but I like being wireless and all that. So all right, rumor number 1 behind us, they're going to remaster the 2 early games that existed for Lego Star Wars. Rumor number 2, they are going to, and this might reset here in a minute, so if it goes away and it comes back, just ignore it. I just wasn't sure how long I was going to take to talk about this stuff. So, rumor number 2, they are going to basically continue where they left off with after the Force Awakens. Now, I've read this on a couple of blogs. I've read that, you know, we've got inside info that says that they're going to be making these games. Now, specifically, let me check my notes here. Specifically, it sounds like it will cover even some events that were maybe not covered from The Force Awakens, as well as The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. You know, this is supposed to be like the largest, if this is true, this is supposed to be the largest Star Wars Lego game ever. Probably Star Wars game too. I know there's been some big ones out there with Battlefront and some other ones too. But that would be awesome. That would be way awesome. Now, if you're a fan of Star Wars like me, simply getting anything would be acceptable. But some of the stuff is like almost dream come true, like, or too good to be true, right? So, yeah. So rumor number 2, they're gonna basically pick up right where they left off from The Force Awakens and cover the new movies, maybe even the ones that haven't even come out yet, right? Oh, there it was. It'll come back, I think. So okay. Rumor number 1, remaster the old games. Rumor number 2, that they're going to, you know, kind of continue off and have all new stuff, right? For the new movies, recent movies, and future movie. Rumor number 3. Now, I've actually seen this somewhere that I would consider a pretty credible source. It doesn't mean it's true. It's still a rumor. But I've heard that it's going to be one giant experience. And there's even been some names tossed around, like the Ultimate Star Wars Collection. I've seen somebody else call it. What do they call it? I swear it was on my notes here. There's another name for it. I apologize. I thought I had my stuff together here, but apparently I missed out on that. So, anyways, so 3 possibilities, all of which are totally acceptable, and I'm super excited for. And we know something is happening because somebody of importance, I don't know the gentleman's name, But let's see here. Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping it's true. I'm hoping that at least we get the remaster, if nothing else. And I would be super stoked with that. I don't know about you guys, but I would be super stoked. What's up, Jakester? What's up, Dominic? What's up, Alpha? What's up, Jason? A few of you sliding in right now. I'm not, if you're just getting here, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to cover all of our topics before we get to, you know, hanging out. For those that don't get to watch the live stream, it's not as important for them to see the chat and hear me talking. They want to know what's going on. They want to be part of the game break. So I'm trying to get through all this stuff. So we got the 3 rumors of Lego Star Wars, and you know, how soon will we see them? We know that E3 is coming up real soon. We know that there are a couple of other events that they may break these news, you know. And you know, some stuff I've seen in regards to the next rumor, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if they dropped a bombshell on us and were like, starting today, you can download this from your console of choice. We've seen that happen a couple of times in the industry with other games, but we haven't necessarily seen that happen with Lego games, and that would be a pretty big step in the right direction, if you ask me. So we talked about Lego Star Wars rumors. We've got a pretty good piece of information that states that we will see it, and we will see a date for that real soon, within the next week or two. So whether my source is right, we'll find out. I actually have another source too that came to me with this information a couple of weeks ago, before this news broke. And when I was told this, I kind of naysayed it. And if you're out there, I know you know who you is. But, you know, in all honesty, I listened, but it kind of went in one ear and right out the other. But I was optimistic and hopeful that the information you had in your source was correct. And it looks like you were correct. So give me some more info. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to the early info, too. You know who I'm talking about. All right, next up. You guys already know. A lot of you in the chat have been just absolutely drooling over it. And this is way like hypothetical. Oh, snap, Amaralarian. I don't know if I said that right. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the sub. And look at that. 810. All right. So this next one is beyond rumor. It's like you know, it's just one of those things that we hope happens, but I'm not holding my breath on it. You guys already know, you've already heard, they kind of pulled a move on us a couple of weeks ago, and I'm talking about Lego. The Lego group, not anybody else, not some cheeky channel or silly blog or vlog, no content creator. It was Lego. And they posted a picture, and the picture was of basically the main cast in the Toy Story environment. And so here's the thing. When Lego puts out Lego sets, they do often have very good renderings or drawings, illustrations, whatever you want to call them, of the characters. Now, they're usually 3D to an extent, but they're not full 3D like we see in the games and like the cutscenes of the games. And so when I saw this, I gotta be honest, it was like 6 in the morning. I just crawled out of bed. First thing I do in the morning is I get up and I read my phone, I check my emails, and then my eyes kind of adjust to my phone, and then I turn the lights on, and I turn my computer on, and I'll be honest, first thing I do is I click refresh on my YouTube page to see if I've had a good night or a bad night with subscribers and views, and that kind of how I start my day, and whether I'm in a good mood or a bad mood. Reese, that has nothing to do with my moods. No, I'm just kidding. Speaking of Reese has showed up. What's up, bud? So, anyways, I see this picture. I see this very video game looking image, and at the top it says the adventure continues. So I did the what, and so I immediately started, you know, Googling and typing stuff, and I found a couple of other outlets reposting this. Twitter had reposted it, and it seemed like, wow, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I immediately took that post and I posted it on our Facebook page, and it took off. Like, so many people saw it. So many people were like, yes, 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 yes. And as the day went on, it was only like an hour or so before I then stumbled across another announcement from Lego that stated 6 Lego Juniors sets would be released. And speaking of which, Reese, will you bring that up? Can you bring that up for me? So 6 junior sets and I believe 1, or was it 2, Duplo sets were going to be released in June to go with the movie's release. And I haven't looked to confirm that the movie even comes out in June, but that's what the post said from the official Lego account. I'm pretty sure it was Twitter. At that point, I went and posted and let everybody know, hey, sorry for building the hype up. This isn't going to happen. It's likely just a set. Thank you, dude. Speaking of sets, Reese and I, while out and about the other day, procured one of our first Lego Toy Story sets. As you guys know, we're actually pretty avid collectors of certain franchises that get sponsored, like Toy Story is definitely one of them. We were real big on like the Big Bang Theory, Wall-E, all of like the creator sets specifically. And I bought this and I got it home and I realized it was actually a junior set. So I was kind of bummed out because it even looks like they're even building some of the stuff up for you. Like, what's this perfect start stuff? Huh? If Barry, if you're out there watching, what is this? Does this come pre? What about us builders who like to build? Lego! I know it's a junior set, so, but it's, you gotta start giving us these sets for adults too. So that was kind of a bummer, and I took the wind right out of my sails. And then as the day went on, I did some more searching, and all of a sudden there seemed to be light at the end of the tunnel again. And I just want to say again, this has not officially been announced. There are no ties to me or any secret access. This is not me speaking from any. This is just rumor. I just want to make sure that it's just rumor, right? But I found this little spot on the web, and it wasn't that hard to find if you spend some time on Google or perhaps another search engine that is maybe your favorite over Google. You might find a couple of real detailed posts about Lego Toy Story, the video game, and how, I'm just going to read it to you. Lego Toy Story, the video game, is a video game based on Lego Toy Story. There are 21 levels, 2 secret levels, 23 true toy box studs collected, 23 power bricks, and 230 mini kits. I'm not an idiot. Not everything you find on the internet is true. I'm first to admit that. As I continued to read this article, I got pretty hyped, and I actually did some more searching, and I found some relevant info in some other places. I still have no clue. I'm not going to put, like I already said, I'm not putting any money on this. I'm not putting our name on, like I'm not saying it's coming. But I got this feeling, guys. I really got this feeling. So the information I found goes on to, my printer was really wonky in how it printed everything out. Instead of being like, tall, it printed it sideways. So, it's really hard for me to kind of figure all this out. It's really wonky. But okay, so check this out. It's got, and somebody could have been sitting in their home for weeks creating this, okay? Like that's real talk. But they've got a list of all the characters. They've got the levels. So it starts off with Toy Story 1. And I'm missing a page here. Definitely, or they're out of order. Definitely missing a page. I don't know what happened. So it goes Toy Story 1, and there's actually 2 that I'm missing. But so there's 2 areas that are suggested to be real levels. I unfortunately missed the first 2, but this third one is Pizza Planet, Toy Attack, To Infinity and Beyond, Woody's Plan, Talking Toys, Moving Truck Rescue, Rocket RC. Now again, this is not something that I'm totally buying into because of where I found it. I've found more evidence online of this, and I think that in one place I found it, it said it actually had plans to release with the movie. Now, to me, that's too fishy. Just like I was saying earlier, I would love Lego to drop a bombshell on us and be like, haha, guess what? We've got this amazing announcement. You guys are going to love this. And even better, it's ready today. Very unlikely. Now, most of the time when we get an announcement for Lego, as you guys have looked back over the years, there's not an exact science to how many days. It's not 34 days and 7 hours or anything. But there's generally a 3 to 6 month, kind of preview and hype building and marketing that goes around. They usually build up boxes and send them to content creators like myself and others, the bigger guys like Blitzwinger and J-Shock and Pack Attack and, the other guys out there that do Lego too. So do I really think this is coming with the movie in June, if June really truly is? If anybody could verify that too. I don't know if Gary or Nick's got availability, or maybe one of you in the chat. If you guys could verify whether or not the movie actually releases June or not, that would be handy to know. Race, you're down there too. You could help out with that. Looking for the Toy Story 4 release date. Because I just don't think it's realistic to have a game be announced and be that big too, right? Because you're covering 1, 2, 3, and then new content. We're covering a realm we haven't even seen yet. So I'm very hopeful. I would love. I didn't realize how much I really loved Toy Story and the whole world until until recently, really. I actually saw some footage of Kingdom Hearts 3 and freaked out. Was like, what is that? I saw Woody and Buzz and everybody, and it was so beautiful and high def, and I hadn't seen anything like that, and I thought maybe they're making a Toy Story 4 game. Then I found out it was Kingdom Hearts, and I kind of got bummed out because I wasn't really into RPGs, and I hadn't really even thought about playing the game at the time, so it was not that exciting to me. But I gotta tell you, I've been playing it, and it's awesome. I really love it. And now with the talk of this, like, it's got me wanting to rewatch the movies. I haven't watched them since Reese was little, you know what I mean? And so it'll be pretty cool. So June 21st. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate your guys' support. And Jerry, what's up? Been a minute. Good to see you. Or, I guess good to see your name in the chat. Good to see me. So, yes. Rumors. Now, hopefully, at least one of the 4 rumors that we talked about today will be true. And even if this Toy Story Lego game comes out a little bit later in the year, or even if it's the 3 first movies and then 4 is DLC, even if we got to pay for it, I've been pitching that for a long time. I really would love to see Lego go outside of the mold. Now, thanks to Nick, I watched a video the other day, and I won't go into details about who and why and where, because really the video that we watched was not on topic about this, but a lot of people are frustrated with, well, let's see here, how do I say this? I'll go a different direction. A lot of people are frustrated with the way games have been releasing lately. Harry, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. Welcome to the chat, by the way. Games are kind of broken in a sense sometimes. There's this war between the developer and the publisher. Developer needs more time. Publisher, wants their money and wants the game out to the public. So there's always that battle. And it's hard to say. But I would love to see Lego get away from their standard mold, and I would love to see more DLC-based content. Stuff that isn't necessarily related to anything. Like, I'd love to see Lego City get a new game, and like they could just add on and on. Look what Grand Theft Auto has done. Look what some of these games. I mean, that's a bad example because it's an adult game, but I mean, some of these games have a lifespan of forever. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out like 4 years ago. I did a video for that, and it darn near ruined my channel because it was adult content and it was highly inappropriate for between you and me. But at the time it was like everybody's doing everything. Why am I being... Anyway, so hopefully we'll see some of that Lego stuff, because we don't have anything announced, right? We got the Marvel Collection. That's already out. But that was a remix of the same stuff. There wasn't even new trophy achievements. But I would love to see, I've been pitching this for Lego Multiverse. Oh, and, there was a game. Lego was going to make a game. And this is kind of where I was going when I was talking about the video that Nick presented to me. Sometimes the players ruin an opportunity of something great. And like I said, I'm not going to go into great detail about this because it was pretty inappropriate. But there was another game, and I don't have it written down here. I think it was called Lego Universe. And it was a multiplayer game that actually even got early access on Steam. But the people ruined it. And I'm not going to say anything else. But, so you got the flip side. You got the people who can potentially ruin the game. And then you got the devs and the publisher war. And I'd like to see all of that mold be broken by not having necessarily a consistent release schedule for a full package, but maybe episodic stuff. I've never been a fan of the way it has released episodically. Like Hitman came out. I didn't really care for the way they did. Lego, though, you could probably hook me in with Lego. Shut up and take my money, as they like to say. All right. Let's see here. Rumors, pretty much covered. If you guys got any questions or anything, we'll definitely talk about that here in a minute. I don't have a ton more stuff to really talk about. I do want to touch base, and I wanted to get some feedback from you guys. I actually got interviewed the other day. Oh, and I got a radio interview this weekend, too. It's not a live interview, but I'm going to be going on a radio. Let's see. I could probably get the station information. I don't know how far it'll broadcast. I don't know if you can get, like, a radio app and listen in. And Tim, if you're out there, buddy, go ahead and put your info here. So one of our viewers actually works at a radio station, and quite some time ago, Tim and I had this conversation about him working there, and I just kind of threw it out there as a joke. I was like, haha, well, whenever you want to interview me, man, I'll totally clear off my schedule, and, acting like I'm somebody of importance, like his viewers, or I guess listeners would want to hear. And he's like, no, seriously, I'll talk to my boss and we'll figure it out. I was just kidding, right? So here we are, like 3-4 months later, and he messaged me the other day and he said, hey, on the 5th, or it's Saturday or Sunday is what he gave me the option for, and so I picked Sunday, and we're going to do it. Now, Sunday is likely to be the day that we're targeted for our 100,000 subscribers. Now, it's changed a little bit, but it'll likely happen, but it's 94.5 KATS Yakima Valley's rock station. So 94.5, here, I'll type it in the chat. 94.5 KATOS. Don't want to forget the S. Yakima. So it's from Yakima, Washington, which is actually quite a way away from me. And I have no idea what this station normally plays or any history of it. So, view and listen at your own risk, but I will be on this. Anyways, I got interviewed there was a separate interview, and this was more of a, you guys know Farmer, Capital Farmer. He's been around. He played a lot of Fortnite with us last year. Mike is his real name, Captain Caveman, you might know him as. Anyways, Mike's sister actually just took a new position somewhere, and part of her marketing schemes or requirements for her job were to, do some YouTube-based stuff. So he was like, oh, well, my buddy Brian does YouTube, and you can probably ask him. So he called me, and I said, yeah, I'd happily do it. And so she asked me a bunch of questions, and so I was under the impression that it was going to be like a, hey, how do you survive in YouTube, or how have you been successful, or what do you do to continue engagement with your viewer? Things that I do that I've learned and done from experience, right? And I get the questions, and it's like, how did PewDiePie get to where he is, and how did Gamer Gramps or Gramps Gamer or something? I've heard of PewDiePie. I've watched maybe one video of his in my whole life. I didn't know who she was talking about, and I couldn't be of any service. And so I was telling her, like, I said, this is actually really funny because I spend a ton of time daily on YouTube, Facebook, all these places. But I'm like not surfing. I'm not really scrolling or looking. I don't view videos. Like, I'm the worst. I don't even contribute to the platform on that side. I'm only uploading. I'm never downloading, right? I'm never watching and absorbing any of the content that gets uploaded. And so I told her that, and then it got me thinking, like, I'm getting ready to do some remodeling in my room here. And I don't watch streamers for the most part. And streaming's kind of new to us. We've been doing it since January, so it's been a few months now. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we've been uploading videos for almost 8 years, and well, yeah, 7.5, 8 years, and I've been streaming for 6 months. So it's new to us. We don't have the audience. We don't have the phone. I don't necessarily have the greatest background, right? I've got some green screen stuff in the works that'll hopefully drop down behind me, and I'll be able to like put myself wherever without the background, or put a cool background or whatever. But I wanted to know what you guys wanted to see, and out of all the streams that you guys watch, what are the cool things that stand out? Like, people have mentioned like certain colors and lighting in the background. Some people have mentioned green screen is the only way. Some people have said, you know, honestly, I like your setup as it is. It's very clean and simple. Some people like it really busy with like all sorts of, you know, I don't want to say paraphernalia, that's the wrong word, but relevant content, right? Like, you know, like Reese watches Noah J, who is an avid, well, used to be an avid Call of Duty streamer. That's like all he streamed. And at one point he had, or maybe still has, a Call of Duty room where he has like all of the different Call of Duty perks that have either been made for him customly, or maybe, you know, Activision or you know, whoever makes these different juggernauts and the things that are in the game, he's got them behind him. And like, that to me is kind of cool. But I'm not specific enough unless we're talking Lego. So I didn't know what, you know, do I need a green screen with Lego backgrounds? You know, and what do other streamers have that make it better? Like, is my mic ever in the way? Is it too quiet? Like, you know, I want feedback from you guys because I want to improve. I'm going to build a desk. I actually have a buddy. You guys have probably heard me talk about Tight Pants Joey before. Tight Pants Joey's best friend's dad's, neighbors, cousins, uncles, former dog owner. No, I'm just kidding. His dad is like a wood master. I don't know. There's probably a better term than that. Giggity. But, you know, he can basically do anything. He builds those Airstreams. Like, the Airstreams have a wood inside. Not all of them, some of them. And he's rebuilt, so they're like angles, they're curved, like all these crazy awesome shapes that he builds. And so I penciled out a desk. In fact, I think I can show you my little sketch. It's nothing fancy. I'm not an artist on many levels. Oh, this is fun. Speaking of me not being an artist, look at that. I couldn't actually see if it was coming through because I have my stuff up over here. Let me get another look here. So HTG, Batman. I was sketching around one day. I was kind of trying to think of some way to make t-shirt. I think that was one of my t-shirt designs. But ultimately, you can see here, like, you might not be able to make heads or tails out of it, but I'm trying to make a new desk, and that's the top view on the bottom there. And this is other stuff that's in the way, like my bed and my recliners that's right behind me here. But, you know, I'm trying to find, like, the master desk. I want to be able to, like, when I stream, most of the time when it's not a game break, this TV is my game TV where I play my games on. Where this TV over here is my stream stuff. So all of my chat, making sure that, you know, my content's flowing through OBS, which is my online broadcasting software. You know, so and my keyboard's like way over there. And as some of you know, I have a bad back. Some days are better than others. It's really hard for me to stretch over there. So I want an angle on my desk over here so I can have the keyboard like right there. But it can't be in the way because this is my walkway right here too. So there's all these factors. But like, you know, cup holders. That was something I hadn't thought of. Like, somebody mentioned that. I was like, oh, maybe I should have a cup holder. You know, a keyboard tray. Like, you know, I want to get a microphone stand. You know, so I mean, like, thanks, Adam. Stay with the original Lego game setup. So I'm not sure what you mean by that, Justin. Anyways, you guys let me know whether it's in the comments right now, whether you guys think of something later, or maybe you're watching a stream next week and you see something and you're like, Brian was asking. I'd love to hear it from you guys. I really, really would. Boy, the sun must be out because it's getting warm up here, and I apologize if this gets loud. Hey, and Nick, I appreciate you duplicating that. I just now realized I didn't post that info over on Twitch, so I see that we've got lots of people over there. Thank you. So hopefully that didn't get too loud. We're good, I think. All right, so HTG TV. Let's talk about that for just like 10 seconds, right? As you guys know, we've been streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays over on our mature channel. We call it our mature channel because we are playing games that are not for teen, or I guess even everyone, is really what we're trying to stick with here at Happy Thumbs. So at Happy Thumbs Gaming TV, it's kind of like the grown version of what we're doing here. We are going to hopefully start doing some, we're doing live streams. We're hopefully going to start doing some trophy achievement videos as well. I got Nick and I got Gary helping out. Unfortunately, as you might have noticed, Gary is not here right now. His computer crashed. It's toast. It's gone kaput. I thought for sure, with all my knowledge and all my tricks, I would be able to fix it for him. We have spent quite a few hours trying to do things and waiting for the restarts, and nothing has worked. So he's currently shopping for a new computer. Downside is, this is one of those expenses that he wasn't like waiting for. So, and it's also one you don't want to like settle on, right? If you're going to be producing videos and capturing things, you can't just go and buy like, the cheap one. Unfortunately, not to sound like a Daddy Warbucks or something, but I mean, you got to spend money. You got to spend money to make money, right? So that's kind of where we're at with that. But and we'll see what happens with Nick too. Nick's got a bunch of things going on, and it may lead to some videos, and it may not. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, over there on that other channel, we've been playing like World War Z, a little bit of Borderlands, Call of Duty, a lot of Apex Legends. So some of the games are definitely more like mature. Some of them are like scary. Some of them are just good old plain fashion, shooters. So it's up to you guys. If you guys want to check us out over there, you're more than welcome to. And like a big dummy, I wasn't quite ready to post links yet, but I am going to get you some links here in a second once my page loads a couple of times. So yeah, definitely check that out. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscriber milestone, which, isn't that far away. It's like we have 750 or so that we need to get. Last time I checked, we had 251, give or take. So here comes some links in the chat on both sides of things, Twitch and the YouTubes. And like I said, feel free to check them out. Now, little bonus for you. If you are interested in checking it out and you do it now, if the software works properly, it'll bellow out a really loud shrieking scream, and it'll probably scare me dead in my tracks. So I'm not encouraging you to do that, but it's available. Harry has asked if the shoutouts have gone out. Nope, those are always at the end, and it's hard to tell at these game breaks because I'm trying to cover all the stuff, and I'm always talking. It's not like there's anything amazing happening in front of us. So, yeah, check us out at HTG TV. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, I want to point out, too, that as it sits right now, we're going to keep streaming at 10 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday, right? All week long, 10 a.m. for as long as each session allows. Soon, we are going to jump into some time changes. Now, I don't have specifics yet, but we've been looking at analytics a little bit as a group. I've been looking at them a little bit on my own. And there's definitely some times that will be better for a larger portion of our viewers than others. And it certainly seems like shortly. That was surely and certainly at once another Brianism. Write it down. It shortly seems like Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays before like 2 o'clock my time are really the hot spots. So I know it's your weekend and everything, but that seems to be when most of you are viewing our content like in chunks and heaps. So we're thinking about maybe doing a stream or 3 on those days. Now again, this is future stuff. This will be announced in a future game break or on our Facebook page, which I definitely recommend you guys check out. Every Friday we'd have a giveaway. I actually missed one last week. First one of the year was last week. I missed it. And it was because I was up in Portland and I got home and I forgot. And then Saturday I forgot. And then Sunday I was like, forget about it. So Fridays, though, look for a giveaway. You have all weekend until Monday morning to enter. I highly recommend you doing that. So, yeah, that is pretty much my agenda. How are we doing on time? 49 minutes. All right, so a little behind. I was thinking we'd be about 30, 35 right now. So I'm a little, I've flapped my yapper a little bit extra. So, yeah, as you guys know, we have a Patreon account If you're not familiar with Patreon, it's patreon.com / HappyThumbsGaming if you're looking specifically for us. And essentially, it's a way for you guys, the viewers, to go ahead and directly support us. We have different tiers, and we're actually going to be revising these tiers. We're going to be using the brain power of all of us this time instead of this old melon here. And we're going to come up with some cool ideas on top of the ones that already are there. If you guys have some requests or things that you would like to see, definitely let me know, and I will consider them. Now, I've had people suggest that we have like a Twitch day where once a month, certain people at a certain tier, you know, like $25 or $35 or $50 would be able to take over our Twitch page and stream. I don't hate the idea. The problem is I don't know that I can hand over the information to the channel or, you know, the pages without there being some sort of possible conflict, and, you know, so I don't know, but ideas like that are what I want, things that are outside the box that I haven't thought of. I saw somebody had a Patreon tier. This is real. They had a Patreon tier. They were a musician. They played guitar or something. They had a Patreon tier that was $3,500, and the $3,500 was for the person. I guess the $3,500 covered not the airfare but the stay for, what was it, 3 nights, a personal concert that lasted 5 songs, and ready for this, a day at Disneyland. What? so again, outside the box kind of stuff. Like I live in Oregon, so there's probably not going to be, you know, if I lived in LA or something like that, Seattle perhaps, there would be a greater chance of a lot of people living by me, and maybe I could do some things like that where I meet up and see people. I don't really have anything cool in Oregon. We got the state capitol, we got, you know, the Deschutes River, some breweries, if you're into that kind of thing. So, you know, ideas. Let us know, and we will try to check them out. Let's see here. Getting some questions. Am I going to try to get 100% on Kingdom Hearts 3? I'm working towards it. It's not like my life goal. If it works out that way, great. If I'm being honest, we took that poll. We had like close to like 800 responses. And 42% of those 800 responses were like, yeah, let's watch Kingdom Hearts. Let's play that next. And then the rest of the answers were split up pretty evenly, 21, 23%, something like that. We're having a hard time getting people to watch. Seriously. Like, we had like 9 people showing up. That's like a third less. I mean, we're almost to 40 right now, and that is low in the scheme of things, having 99,809 subs and only 37 of you. And I get people are different time zones. People got work, people got school, people got all sorts of things. But mathematically, that's not even like 0.0001%. That's crazy. So we're going to continue to at least finish the story with Kingdom Hearts 3. And if it picks up, we will likely continue to get the collectibles and all that stuff. If it doesn't, I may find some time on the side of things to go ahead and finish it on my own and platinum that out. But it just all depends. I'm not a big RPG guy, but I'm really enjoying the game. So there is a good possibility that I will continue to play that with or without the streams happening. And you know, what happens next on the streams is also up in the air. All right, back to Patreon. So, you know, give me your ideas. Let me know all that stuff. That would be great. As far as Patreon goes, we have a couple of tiers that get you a shout out. Some are textual, some are verbal. So here in a second, I'm going to actually shout out some names. And, you know, basically, this is awesome. You guys have helped me. You guys, all of you that are here right now that watch this and watch any of our videos, you guys have all helped me. Because every view counts, and every, you know, piece of momentum that we have, it helps us grow. And every share, every like, everything, it really does. It helps us tremendously. You know, the people that have supported us on Patreon, that's like above and above beyond, right? That's like way up there. And I've had a couple of people that are extremely generous. Some are here in the chat right now. Some will be watching this tomorrow. You know, and I can't thank you guys enough. Like, this chair was no joke purchased because of my Patreon supporters. You know, my backup mouse, Patreon supporters. My mic, Patreon supporters. I mean, I've had stuff go down over the years and you guys have come through and helped me out. So that's huge, and I really appreciate that. And so the people who have donated $5 or more a month get a textual shout out, and that's going to happen right now. I always have Thumbie pop in with his little comic balloon. Every month it changes, and I do my best. Patreon doesn't have the best layout in order to check things. They've got some filters, but it's still kind of complex. And every once in a while I make a mistake. So if your name should be on this list and it didn't make it, you let me know. I promise I'll make it up to you. I might even do like a personal, might even serenade you with your own little personal. No, I'm just kidding. I might do a personal video though, like on our Facebook page or on YouTube even. Like, you know, I make up for my mistakes, and I'm definitely accountable for them. So check this out. These are our $5 supporters in no specific order. Can't thank you guys enough. I really appreciate all your support. Most of these people have been around since the day I started my Patreon page. Like I said, a handful of you are still here in the chat right now, on top of supporting me, you know, on Patreon and watching all of it. So thank you guys so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated, and it goes to a good cause, making the show better, right? That's the whole experience. We want our videos and our content to just keep improving, and with your guys' help, we are doing that. Now, shout outs. These guys are the $10 and up. So again, no specific order here. It's just how Patreon delivered it to me this time. I'm a little hoarse after talking. I did a live stream this morning too, played World War Z, and Gary and Nick weren't very talkative today, so I was filling a lot of airspace. Don't forget to stay hydrated. I need to make a shirt, right? Don't forget to stay hydrated with me, Thumbie on shirt. So like a shirt with me wearing a Thumbie shirt, taking a drink. Well, I need suggestions like that. I need you guys to be telling me what you guys want. I can make a lot of cool stuff. I got a lot of talent. Just need some help. All right, $10 Patreon supporters. Ready? And hey, if I make mincemeat out of your name here too, if I say something wrong, I think I've done a good job, and these are all repeat offenders, so to speak. Nobody's new here. So if I say your name wrong though, you gotta let me know, because I've definitely messed this up before. Andrew Austin! Thank you so much, Andrew. You show me so much love. I don't know that I would ever label like top viewer, but if there was one, you'd be right there with the gloves on, ready to take down whoever tried to come up. Thank you so much, Andrew, for your support day in and day out. Much love. Greatly appreciated. Jason Baloney! Again, another long-term supporter who is almost always there, commenting on our social medias. He doesn't know this, or maybe he does by listening to me. I kind of stalk his pages too. He posts a lot of pictures of cats, and I'm kind of a cat weirdo, so you know, them Catterday photos I definitely get a chuckle out of. I don't necessarily look for them. I don't get up Saturday and go, oh, I gotta go check Jason's feed, but I definitely look for him on Saturdays when I'm on social media, so keep on posting those, Jason. And this next person is another daily viewer, daily supporter. We've even become pen pals. You know, in this day and age, pen pal is kind of a thing of the past. Some of you might be going, what's a pen pal? You know, somebody who used to write letters to somebody far away, somebody you didn't really talk to on the phone, you didn't necessarily spend a lot of time with, you know, people that you just wrote letters to and told stories to and stuff. And April and I have definitely become digital pen pals. So special shout out to April White. And on that note, April has been missing in action for a couple of days. April, if and when you're watching this, please give me an email. Let me know that everything's all right, because I haven't seen you in a few days. It's not to that point yet where I'm going to email you, but come like Tuesday or Wednesday next week, you better be checking that inbox. Hopefully everything's all right. Let's see here. Next up, we got, this one, as of a couple of minutes ago, was still in the chat, so shout out to Michael Karsberg. Big thanks to Michael. Michael actually lives a long way away from me. I don't know if it's the furthest point away from me, but it is a long way away from me, and that's really cool that, you know, his actual first language isn't even English, and so like it's cool that Michael and I have connected you know, and he supports us and watches all of our content because he's a long ways away. And it's pretty cool knowing that we've got some viewers all over the globe, you know. All right. Hoping my throat will get through these next couple here. Oh, and Reese is so lucky. I'm gonna be like this the rest of the day now. You lucked out, Reese. I won't be able to bark at you anymore. I'll find a way. There's always a way. For reals though, where's that throat elixir when you need it? All right. Next up, another longtime supporter. Actually, she won last month's extra giveaway too. Shout out to Bonnie Miller. Hopefully, I don't know that did I hear from you that you received your package? I'm not sure that I ever heard that you got it. Hopefully you did. Hopefully you got it. I know that the package that went out the same day that went a lot further than you made it there, so I'm hoping that you got yours as well. And again, thank you so much, Bonnie, for your support. And this next guy, I hope I get to cross paths with him in the next couple of days, because as I already mentioned once, you know, this next dude has not only been a supporter on Patreon, but he's also been somebody who has been in the trenches, put up with me on a daily basis for multiple years. You know, I may have broke his brain. That's still under debate. But, you know, extended exposure to Brian may cause long-term dysfunction. But for reals, though, hopefully in the next couple of days when we hit that 100K, he'll be here to help celebrate and at least, you know, talk some trash back at me or something. But shout out to Douglas Wright. Dougie Fresh 613. Thanks for your support, Dougie. Much appreciated. So I have another person that's technically not on the list, but you know, earlier I said that I'm a man of accountability. I take responsibility for my mistakes and such. And last year we had this Patreon set up, and we were going good for a while. And then I had kind of a hurdle. Most of you know, I helped my grandparents out quite a bit. My grandfather was very, well, not well-to-do. He wasn't capable of doing a lot, even including feeding himself at times. He had Parkinson's and was 94 years old. He passed back in March, but from July till about December, I moved out to their place. I was taking care of them. There was actually a 2-week span that I didn't even upload a video. Luckily, I already had a bunch of stuff scheduled, so I didn't look like I was totally gone, but I was. And, you know, ever since that point, I've been trying to play catch up. And anyways, I was actually going somewhere big with that, but I started reading the chat, and we'll just go ahead and move on. But just know that I got carried away, and I'm trying to be accountable for what I'm doing here. And so this person is not currently a Patreon supporter, but I still have a couple of months to make good on this. So shout out to Celine Alton, who you know, supported me through all those months when I was away and not doing these game breaks. And you know, and so currently she's not at the $10 tier supporting, but I'm trying to make good on those months that I missed out on. So shout out to Celine. Thank you for your support, even though you know what I'm trying to say. So all right, guys, that's all I had on my stuffs. What you got for me? What you got? You got anything? Do I have a Discord server? That is a great question. Paz, are you there? Knock knock, Paz, are you there? Do we have a Discord server? So the simple answer is yes, we do. The complicated answer is I don't know anything about it. So this is the first. Is that considered social media? I don't think it's called social. I don't think that's really a social. It is a social platform, but I don't think it's considered social media, right? So Paz has some friends that, so he knows some people. He's got, you know, cousins with sweet hookups and stuffs. No, he knows a couple coders that know how to code and that are very well versed in Discord stuff. A couple of months back, I helped Paz out with some stuff, and as a favor, to return, he helped out by providing me a Discord page. Now, I thought because I never really did anything with it, and I'm not, I sound like a noob, but I don't really know what the point of a Discord page is. It's kind of like Skype to me, but with too many people having too much access, right? It reminds me of like an IRC chat. I'm old. You guys might not even know what an IRC chat is, but forums used to have a kind of a mimic of an IRC chat. It was just kind of like a live chat that sat, and anybody who was a part could show up, and I think that's kind of what it is. But I haven't really figured out how that would benefit us, or how in turn it would benefit you, right? Like, to me, it sounds like a lot of confusion, and it seems like a lot of work that, I'm already running a Facebook and 2 Twitters and 2 YouTubes and an Instagram, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something too. But so adding something else just seemed like too much. So I'll work on that. I will try. Maybe that'll be a big announcement for May's Game Break. Maybe I will finally get it together and get that rolling. And if I do, Jake, I will for sure let you know, and we'll figure out how you can help out, because that's been my understanding. Like, that's what Paz keeps telling me. No, dude, it's easy. You just need about 4 people to help you, and it's totally gravy. And I was like, well, I don't have 4 people to help me right now, so it's not gravy. So if we could establish what is needed and find some helpers with that, that would be great. To be honest with you, we are still definitely looking for some more people. I still have not forgot. I have a full article written about it. Gary's even read it, proofread it, and the goal for it is to be posted in the next couple of days. We're looking for another guide writer. We're looking for a couple of just blog posters. We get a lot of information that trickles through from developers. Most of it's independent developers, small time stuff. But we have a few connections. Obviously, we have a connection with Warner Brothers too, so there's always possibilities of some free games, even though a lot of them are going to be PC, early access, beta, alpha type stuff. I don't know anybody out there who likes games that doesn't like to get their hands on something early. So that's kind of the payout for like, if you're willing to help out and help me with some of those things, some of those games, the reviews and things like that would be, kind of the compensation. So it's all volunteer positions, but there is some compensation at times. So I'll have all the details about that soon. And I've been saying that for like 2 years, but for reals this time. Like, I've got Nick and I've got Gary who are helping me not only, mentally, but also physically doing things behind the scenes. So like, even modding these chats, like, seems like an easy enough task, but when you got 2 different chats going and multiple people and multiple conversations, sometimes they know the answers to things that I'm not seeing the questions, and they're able to type and answer those for you guys, and that's huge. It helps me out tremendously, and it relieves a lot of stress. Something I don't talk about at all, like, ever, and you guys probably have no idea, but I actually suffer from, like, anxiety. Like, my friends call me a hermit. They call me a recluse. I don't leave and do a lot of stuff these days. People have been asking me, are you going to Endgame? Are you going to Endgame? I don't really like going to the theater. And I've talked about that in some of our streams. Like, I just don't. And it's not something that I've always had. When I was about 20 years old, I was in a really rough situation. Won't go into details. But just know that things were not gravy, and I actually got really sick, and I thought I was dying. And for about 6 months, I literally woke up every day in a panic attack. But I had no idea what a panic attack was. And so, like, I was out of breath, heart racing, couldn't even stand up. And I mean, I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything. I was a mess. And I finally hate needles, and I hate doctors. So I tried to fight through it. I tried to be the man and do that game, and it didn't work out. I finally went in and had my blood drawn, and they're like, you're the healthiest person we've seen all year. I'm like, what? Can't be. I got lead poisoning or something. Because I lived in a house that had lead, paint, possibly, and like I said, long story. But it turns out I was diagnosed with anxiety at 20 years old. They tried to medicate me and put me on some stuff. It didn't work out for me. So I tried to do it on my own, and I successfully, I won't say beat it because it's back, but You know, I would say for the majority of the last year, I couldn't even leave the house. Uh, it was bad. And I mean, even today, like there are moments that are just like super overwhelming for me, and it's just a lot to do with my attention deficit. Like I'm a big sponge, and so like you know if you can imagine, like being somewhere like at a restaurant or Best Buy, somewhere there's lots of people, somewhere where there's lots of conversation, somewhere where there's clanking and music playing and maybe silverware bouncing on plates, and if you can imagine all of that and like not being able to block any of it out, like just absorbing it all, and like looking at somebody, having a conversation with them, but also hearing that conversation and the dishwasher in the back and the it, I mean, it just makes me want to rip my shirt off and just run, like it does. So, I've definitely fought through a majority of that, and so I don't go a lot of places or do a lot of things, and the anxiety, it's real, and I found too that we started eating better, and I lost some significant weight. I didn't realize I was overweight, but I lost about 30 pounds, and I put about 15 of those back on, so I'm not, no congratulations or good jobs, because I got lazy and I went back to my old ways, sort of, but we're still eating healthier, more consistently. My vice is ice cream right before bed. That's where it gets me. I'm not a drinker. I don't eat a lot of junk. I don't ever eat McDonald's or any of that crap. Sorry if you eat it. I know life's tough. Sometimes it's a fast food life, but and I did that for like 20 something years, and then I got really sick, and I can't do that anymore. So anyways, Discord, hopefully we'll figure that out, but like that's what segued me into the whole anxiety thing. Like, I don't like having like so much that I can't do it, right? Like that's so we're looking for some more help, and we want to grow, we want to get bigger. Part of that interview that I did the other day, once they switched the gears, and once I told them I couldn't answer questions about other people, they were like, oh well, what about you? And I said, well, yeah. So a long list of stuff, and I went and I answered it all. And when I got done, I started thinking about it. I was like, man, I mean, I kind of answered some own questions for myself, like what I wanted to do next, and I hadn't even really thought about it and stuff. So ultimately, if we can figure out what's going on with the Discord and what needs to be done, and we can find some help with that, I would love to do it. I would love to have, I mean, our website is basically dead in the water. If you've been to HappyThumbsGaming.com anytime recently, I haven't even updated it in like probably, I don't know, I don't want to say 2 months, but it's been at least a month. And that's my bad. It's a physical thing where I have to go, and it actually takes time, like lots and lots of time. At some point I'll get that caught up too. But again, I'm probably going to be seeking some help for updating the website too. I have an app that actually does a lot of the work for me, but I still have to go back and do a fair amount. So if I can fix that, if you guys know anybody that codes specifically WordPress plugins, please, maybe wants to help me. I'm in a situation where I have a piece of code or a plugin that does 90% of what I need it to do, and if I could get to 100%, it would be fully automated. And so right now there are like 5 processes that it does, right? I need it to do 2 more processes, and they're almost like copy and paste the function. You just got to change the bits, right? And I know I'm probably confusing people that don't understand code at all. Like if I'm being honest, if I had time, I promise I could do it. But I would have to learn a little bit, and I don't have time to learn. So if you guys know anybody that codes, please let me know. Let's see here. Before I leave, a signed by Brian giveaway of the game you're working on. What? Oh. Somebody brought that up the other day too. Somebody was asking if I was going to give away Kingdom Hearts once I was done playing it. Most of the games I buy are digital, but it just so happens I did purchase Kingdom Hearts 3 on disc for PlayStation 4. I don't know that it would be cool for me to sign the cover and send it out to somebody, but I have signatures of other game developers like, um, you guys know I'm a huge SOCOM nut, right? And I played the crap out of SOCOM 1 and SOCOM 2. Well, a couple years back, I know I've shared this plenty of times. You can see the silver signatures on those covers there. That's David Sears. David Sears is the creative director and ultimately the creator, period, of SOCOM. Sony tasked him with creating a realistic shooter based on Navy tactics, utilizing Navy experts. And so he flew out to multiple sections of the world and checked out areas, photographed it, toured around with a couple of SEALs talking about what they did, and SOCOM was born. And so I was lucky enough to meet David when he was working on H Hour, which was developed by Soft Studios. It still hasn't made it to console yet, but they're actually getting ready to go into beta real soon. And I hope to hear from my guy over there. I got a couple of connects that work over at the studio, and they've promised me as soon as it comes to PlayStation, it'll be landing in my lap in one of the first batches. So be looking for that soon too. That'll likely be played on our HTG TV channel, but I'll definitely be flapping a lot about it on our HTG stuffs. But David Sears, he's a legend to me as far as games go. I mean, it's my all-time favorite game, and having his signature, that's pretty cool. So if having a signed copy would be cool, then let me know. Let's see here. I was on spring break and working on my singing. That's why I haven't been. Oh, well, hey, awesome. Congrats on that. Hopefully your spring break was fun, and hopefully you got gooder at singing. I've heard your singing. You don't need a whole lot of improvement from what I've heard, but, there's always a little room, right? There's always a little room. Thumbie water bottle. Todd, that's a great idea. We have stickers that go on water bottles, but we do not have Thumbie water bottles. I'll have to look into that. I have a whole bunch of access to create products, and while we're on, I'll go ahead and just go to my creator real quick, and then we can talk about what kind of products you might want. Don't forget to stay hydrated. I'm feeling like that needs to be a shirt. I don't know if anybody would buy it or if it would just turn into like a meme, but all right. So let's see here. Where's the create button? There's always a funky way to get into this. Add new artwork. No, we want new products. Oh, there we go. Create a new product. All right. So let's see here. Gotta allow that. So again, I'm just logging into my, my merch creator here. So I've got various products that range from men's and women's long sleeve and short sleeve shirts, two-piece hoodies, zip-up hoodies, long sleeve mesh shirts. We've got various styles of t-shirts, toddler, different cuts, long, big arms, short arms. We also have backpacks, which we have a couple of examples up on our site under the gear, HTG. Was it merch or gear? I always forget what I put that as. Because it's not something I would normally put, but when we originally decided, HTG gear. We also have lunch boxes available, MacBook, laptop sleeves. So some of these are available for preview on our site, and some of them I've never created anything for. We got leggings, so yeah, you can get Thumbie yoga pants, which is questionable at best, but I thought it'd be hilarious to have just in case. We got sleeveless zip-up hoodies. Sleeveless zip-up. I don't know if people like those or not, but they're there. Pencil cases. We got various phone cases. It looks like they stop at some of the more recent phones, but we got some of the older ones like iPhone 4, iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone 7, iPhone 6S, iPhone 7 Plus, Samsung 3, Galaxy S3 Slim, S3 Tough, S4 Slim, S4 Tough, S5 Slim, S5 Tough, S6 Tough, S7 Tough. We also have posters that we could create too. I've never messed with those. That'd be interesting. I think, let's see here, pocket, t-shirts with pocket. I don't know if I mentioned the pencil case. There's pencil case. And socks. We got the Thumbie socks too. So, water bottle wasn't on that list, but that doesn't mean that I can't find another source somewhere. Definitely check it out at HappyThumbsGaming.com. Thank you, Nick. And let's see here. Do you ever have sales on the website? Oh yeah, we do. We sell t-shirts, not like every day or anything, but yeah, we definitely sell t-shirts. Shoot, I'm I'm wearing one of them right now. This is actually one of the ones off of our current lineup. So this is the Thumbie 3.0. It's just got the web address and the Booyaka Shell on the back. We've had various ones that have, you know, stuff on the sleeves, and you know, people have suggested I do some limited edition stuff too, but I don't know. For me, I don't like the urgency of those campaigns. Like we've done a few of those campaigns, and we did them because they were the most cost effective. And boxer shorts, that wasn't on there, but that would be interesting too. I suppose you could probably get some of those yoga pants and trim those up nice and tight. But yeah, so you know, keep bringing the info, keep bringing the suggestions. You know, Todd's over there working hard in the chat. If you guys have some other stuff, let us know. Let's see here. What do we got here? Well, here's a quarter, 1/4. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, there you go. Right. I see what you're saying there. I was talking about needing at least 4 people to help run, and you're suggesting you're one of them. Gotcha. Took me a second. A little brain fart action there. All right. What else you guys got? You guys got anything else? We're about the 1:20 mark. We'll probably go to another 10 minutes or so, or 9 and 15 seconds. And probably wrap it up. Reese is waiting downstairs for me, and I know the wife should be home pretty soon too, but wanted to make sure we got this all out and taken care of. So a double whammy today. HTG TV stream, World War Z, where we own some zombies, and then now a nice lovely wind down on HTG. I'm kind of bummed we lost a sub since we started. It happens. I don't know why, but it does. And so, hey, if 100,000 comes and goes and you don't see any, like, celebratory moments from me, just know that I am celebrating. And I say that because there's a history of me going, hey, we're getting close to this milestone. Help us out. Spread the word. And I will lose subscribers. Today's world, in a large majority, not everybody, not speaking specifically about you, but you know, a large portion of the world is just, they thrive off being trolly or a pain in the tuchus, if you will. So I don't know. Anyways, people are different, and I feel like if I ask for help, I'm gonna get the opposite, right? Like, there's going to be 2 or 3 people that do help and spread the word, and there's going to be 25 people that unsubscribe because they know I'm working toward. You know what I mean? Like the other day that happened. It happened on Monday's. Oh, I guess it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday's stream. Happened on one of our last streams where I said something about it. We lost like 15 people almost immediately after I said that. I was like, that couldn't have been coincidence, could it? Could it? I know YouTube does purges all the time of like dead or inactive accounts, or sometimes even fraudulent accounts where, you know, people have done stuff wrong or created an account. Maybe they uploaded some videos that were inappropriate and they've been banned. Maybe they were trying to send me a link to like a dating website or something, you know, the ad stuff. So there's all sorts of reasons why they do it. I just don't know when they do it, and there's really no notification saying, you know, we just swept your sub base and 12 turned to be dead. That would be awesome. YouTube, I know you ain't listening, but some analytics on the people leaving would be great. You know, that would be helpful, because I can see subs come and go on a graph, but like there's no information about it. There's no way for them to, when they unsubscribe, I left because of this. You know, that'd be cool for you guys to be able to put some input. You know, you used to do Lego videos, now you don't do Lego videos, so I'm out, peace. You know, or, you know, you used to do all sorts of videos, now all you do is Lego, peace. You know, or whatever it is, right? I mean, if you're leaving and you got a reason, I would love to know, because that'll help me on all sorts of my stuff. Like, not only that channel, but this channel and that channel, all over. I see what's going on there. Michael, you better be careful. Better be careful. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm getting Raz in the chat. Most of you know I'm a Trailblazer fan. I got Lillard's jersey hanging behind me here. Right now they're playing the Denver Nuggets. Last night they lost game 1. Now, arguing that point, there was some major free throws missed. We lost by 8 points, and 3 of what you would consider the Blazer sharp shooters, guys who shoot 89% or higher from the free throw line, missed 6 of 10 free throws. So 6 free throws were missed right there. We lost by 8 points. So basically, make your free throws. It would have been a completely different game. We still would have been 2 points behind, right? There was actually a 7th free throw. Al-Farouq Amina missed one too, but he's not considered a sharpshooter. He's an acceptable miss. He's somebody that is a high percentage, but you don't lean on him to make those, big time free throws. But Denver Nuggets won, and we've got some razzing. Oh, I like the Denver Nuggets. I don't hate the Denver Nuggets. To be honest with you, Denver Nuggets are a completely different monster than what we just got over with. We played the Oklahoma City Thunder. Those guys are just disrespectful, like rude, like loud and annoying. Sorry if you're a Thunder fan, but they are. And some people love that about them, and that's why but not me. And our team isn't really like that. We're a pretty good group of guys, and we don't really like that stuff. So we didn't play that game with them. And we beat them in 5 games. We beat them, 4-1 and knocked them out. So Denver, completely different animal, much more classy. There's not people yelling profanities constantly and whining about everything. So I'm enjoying the series. I hate to say it. Let's see, was it Michael that said that? Let me scroll back. Hate to say it, Michael, but that's the only one you're getting. You're gonna lose 4 straight, and you think I'm kidding, but just watch. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words next time we speak. But I'm calling it now. Blazers in 5. We're winning 4 straight. 4 straight. So yeah, that's that. Hey Brian, did you like that Trailblazer keychain? Actually, I did. It's actually right here. Thank you very much. Harry sent me a Blazer keychain knowing that I'm a Blazer fan. Let me see if I can get it closer so you guys can actually see it a wee bit. Let me get it in there somewhere. Okay, focus. Focus, come on. Focus. Oh, my camera's being slow. Anyways, you get the point. Definitely appreciate that. I actually had it sitting here for yesterday's stream because I thought we might see it. And I am not wrong. And what is going on here? Where were you when we won all those games? You were flapping your yapper before the series started, and you disappeared until we lose the game. And now here you are. You haven't even said nothing in the chat, I don't think, at all. Have you even said one thing in the chat? And I bring up the Blazers in 5, and you pipe up. There's no way this is a coincidence. I'm looking back. I see no Robert posts at all. All right, Robert's one of my friends. We've known each other a long time. He's in there razzing me about this. He's all of a sudden he's a Denver fan too. Never been a Denver fan until before today, but we got ourselves a Denver fan in NWO4L. Nice, appreciate that, Zach. I know our Rip City fan base does too. Waiting for you to be an Oregon Duck fan. Listen. Full disclosure, Dad, both uncles, my grandfather, and my 2 male cousins, Oregon State Beavers. My one of my 2 female cousins, I have 2 female cousins. One of them actually went, where did she go? Nursing school. Somewhere really prestigious, and now she works at OHSU, which is like the best of the best of the best. Like it's good stuff. Anyways, my other female cousin, Oregon Ducks. She met her husband there. Husband's awesome. I love Austin. But Oregon Duck fans are a different breed. Oregon Duck fans are a different breed. Let me tell you like this. So I live 40 minutes away from Corvallis. I live 48 minutes away from U of O. So I live 40 minutes from Oregon State and like 48 or 49 minutes away from Eugene, where U of O is. So I got like lots of, people drive right by all the time. We got lots of fans, lots of, alumni. This is what I've noticed, and this is not me just saying this to make a point here to make, this is real experience. 9 times out of 10, some guy cuts me off, slams on his brakes, willing to road rage me. 9 times out of 10, Oregon Duck sticker on the car. you see some just disrespectful, over the top, loud, malicious person talking down on like an employee, like somewhere like they went, maybe they didn't like their service, or maybe they were trying to return something, they don't got a receipt, and the cashier's doing their job, and then the person, watch them go to their car. 9 times out of 10, Oregon Duck sticker on the car. I have found that fan base is pretty rabid. They're pretty aggressive, and they are very much seasonal fans. They may all have a sticker on their car and stuff, but you don't see them when they losing. When Oregon's losing, you don't see them on social media. You don't see them outside wearing their stuff. When they winning, though, they show up in droves. It's just something about that fan base. I can't get into it. Now, I started this off by saying full disclosure. So I have all my family, my dad, my uncles, my grandfather, all of them have gone to Oregon State. My mom was a Duck. I'm like ashamed to say it. I'm ashamed to say it, but it's true. So I've been labeled the platypus because I'm part beaver and part duck. So Paz, what's up, dude? So basically a Red Sox fan. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see here. Oh, behind me, that's Lillard's jersey. Damian Lillard for the Portland Trailblazers. I guess you can't really see the zeros off. I got McCollum's and I got Roy's jersey as well. Roy's kind of a throwback, but I've had it since way back when my wife got it for me right after he made his comeback from the first major injury. If you guys don't know Brandon Roy, arguably one of the most talented players to ever play the game. I mean, like Michael Jordan-esque talent, just unbelievably clutch and amazing, but was plagued with knee problems. You know, just terrible knee problems. And I mean, you look up Brandon Roy, R-O-Y. He was Rookie of the Year. He's everything. He's a stand-up dude. He is a baller of all ballers. His knees just couldn't hang. He was so good, he blew his own knees out. Yes, I agree, Justin. Brandon Roy was an animal. Yeah, we got to go watch a couple of his games right before the end happened. And then I was oh man, when he got amnestied by Portland, and that's not even a thing anymore. You can't amnesty anymore. But when he got amnestied from Portland, basically we said, all right, look, we love you, but you can't play for us, so we're not going to pay you. And but we are going to pay you. So the amnesty allowed us to pay him without having the salary go against the cap, which is what all teams have to follow. So we paid this guy a tremendous amount of money, but it didn't go against us as far as the season went. And then he went and joined another team. Can't do that. You can't. He didn't really. He played one game for them, I think. Maybe it was more than that, but I don't have my jersey signed, Brian, but Reese. In fact, Reese, grab it. Go get yours. Bring yours up here. Are you still out there watching? Bring yours up here. So a couple years back, I guess it's 3 years ago, we hooked Reese up and we surprised him with a 1-week Damian Lillard basketball camp. It was up in Portland, so we had to drive him up every morning and go up there. But I loved it. I went up there every day and I stayed with him. We hung all day. Dame was there every single day from the time the doors opened to the time they left. And definitely a great experience. In fact, Reese at one point was messing around on a small hoop. It was like a 6-foot, 7-foot hoop. He was like shooting, doing layups, and Dame walks up and knocks the ball out of his hand, and I kid you not, puts his hand right on Reese's head and straight dunks it flat-footed on that. He's like, ooh, boy, and Reese was like, what? And I was standing there like, oh, you just got dunked on, fool. You just got dunked on. And Dame was laughing. He walked off. So super awesome experience, but one of the things that they did on the last day was every person from the camp got to bring one item, just one, for Dame to sign. And they got to sit down and actually talk to Dame at a table. Reese got to, have his arm around Dame or whatever. And he also got Dame's signature.
I had Frazier's, but then it was in yellow, so it was already faint. And then Mimo washed it.
Oh no! So yeah, and then Tim Frazier, who was another guard, he was the backup guard for Portland a few years ago. He's actually playing for the Milwaukee Bucks now. They just signed him a couple weeks ago, and Tim and Dame are arguably their best friends, I guess. And so Tim was at Lillard camp hanging out, and we were big fans of Tim because Dame and Tim had all these videos of doing like silly dances and stupid things, and Reese and I were really into that. He could care less about basketball anymore, but back then we had a lot of good fun with that and got to experience that. But thanks for bringing that up, dude. Thanks for sharing. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Todd, hey, I saw you were taking off. Go get that exercise, boy. And definitely get you around here in a day or so. As for me, I've pretty much said everything that I needed to be said. I don't know if it would be copyrighted or not, but is there a way you could do an HTG Lego shirt or hat? Well, technically, Brian, we already offer one Lego themed HTG shirt. I don't know if you have something like super specific that you're after, but we do offer this guy in a white and a black version of the t-shirt, as well as in adult and children sizes. As you can see by the link in the chat, it's got the stud, but instead of Lego, it says HTG on the stud, and it represents, there's kind of that timeless classic shirt of LOVE, right? And you've seen just about every variation of everything done, from the O being a heart to the O being a basketball to volleyball to golf ball to anything round, basically. And we've seen stuff that wasn't round too. But definitely, give it a whirl. Check it out. If you haven't already, cruise around on our merch. We've got some cool stuff. And Jason, you should be at the gym. What's up, Jason? Hopefully you made the shout-outs earlier. Did you get to see the shout-outs? We did the shout-outs already. You were definitely on the list, broski. Appreciate your support. Something with the minifigure. So something like my... did you catch my sketch earlier? So I drew this a few years back. I got a few sketches on this, actually, for random stuff. Let me find that one that I was talking about. And I'm, look, I'm not the world's worst drawer, but I'm certainly not the world's best drawer either. I did a bunch of stuff. For a while, I was working on some logos for this concept that I came up with. So, as you know, I'm a dad, and I love to fly drones. And I was gonna start a channel where I was gonna just upload lots of just like drone footage of me flying over coasts and different places, right? And so I came up with this channel. And it still exists, but I haven't done anything with it. It's Helipad Dad. I thought that was really cool. I've shared it with like 1 million people, and they're all kind of like, I see what you did there. Meh. And I'm like, what? So, not my greatest day. So here's one of my t-shirt concepts that I did. Definitely something that I could probably work on, but it would need a little help as far as like the quality, right? I mean, it was just a rough sketch. I'm a huge fan of Dan Wiesenmeyer, and ultimately that's what I would love to do. I'd love to pay Dan to do a couple of Lego HTG shirts. He has so much commission lined up. Like, he was already saying the other day, I don't know him personally, I just follow him on Twitter, and he was saying like he's going to be booked for like 3 weeks straight for just the commissions he's pre-booked for San Diego Comic-Con this year. He's got like a booth, and he's already, all of his time slots are blasted through. And he has like, I think he does half-hour sketches. So he'll sit down and he'll sketch kind of whatever you want. All Lego stuff, right? And he's amazing. If you haven't checked him out, Dan Wiesenmeyer. It's spelled just like he sounded. It's Vesenmeyer. Dude's a handful of years older than me, and just like when you play the Lego Marvel games specifically, and some of the other ones too. DC, I think, was also part of it. When you see the comic panels that pop up during the cutscenes, like before the level starts, and he draws those. He's the one that makes those. Like, He's so dang good. TT and Warner Brothers hired him to do their panels for the. And I told the wife that, and she's actually tried a couple of times to get a hold of him because she knows that, like, I'm a tough person to shop for. I got like everything I want and need, and beyond, right? I mean, I got anything practical. I mean, she has to give me like underwear or socks and stuff. Like, she'll find, doing laundry. Oh, this sock's got a hole in it. I better get them. That's like all she can really muster up for me because I've got. If I want something, I'm like, I want that, and I go buy it, Or, I mean, for the most part, I don't get everything I want, but I'm also a pretty simple man. I have a lot of toys, but I don't have all the toys. I'm not like the Joker. Where does he get those wonderful toys? But anyways, game breaks do go well with stair steppers, And hey, that would be fun. Maybe I should do that sometime. Ooh. Wheels are turning, people. Wheels are turning. So, no worries, Jack. I see you're late. It's all good. Of course, you'll be able to hang for the end and always go back and watch the beginning once we're all done here. So we've been talking about doing some competitions or competitive type stuff. This actually, the concept started with Tyler. It was actually Tyler P's idea. And as most of you know, Tyler P is not currently active with us right now. He's got some other real life stuff going, and we're always a real life first channel. So, hopefully at some point things will smooth out and we'll get to see him again. But we had this thing. So I don't know if you guys might not be old enough for this. You might be too old to remember this. But we had this concept, and it started with us making a joke about tractor pull nights, right? Like if you ever had a tractor pull come to your town, they always have those commercials where they're like, this Sunday we're gonna have all the biggest trucks in the world smashing other trucks, Sunday, 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 and they say Sunday like a million times. And so we had this thought of like having a Sunday segment, a Sunday, and it was going to be competitions, and sometimes it would be maybe race games, sometimes it would be maybe sports games, sometimes it would be whatever, chess, Uno, whatever we wanted and whatever you wanted to see. Now, the one thing that we never included with that was consequence of loss. And I was just thinking, Nick said that game breaks go well with stair steppers. I actually watch a show where it's all basketball related, and every night that there's a basketball game, they pick a team they think is going to win. And if they win, they get a point, and if they lose, they don't. And by the end of the month, every month, they tally it up and see who gets the most, and whoever has the least has to do what they call the pick'em penalty, and or pick'em payoff is what they call it. And they've had all sorts of things. They've had to eat like hot peppers. They've had to do all sorts of stuff. But one of them was they had to be on the treadmill for the entire show. So it's a 30-minute show, and the loser had to be on a treadmill, like working the whole time. And it was an elliptical, so his arms were going back and forth and his legs are going. And he still had to report and tell the stories and answer the questions and be a part of the show, even though he was on a treadmill or an elliptical. Would that be fun? Would that be funny to like let's say we play everybody's golf and I lose, I got to do a 30-minute game break on the treadmill, and if Nick loses, Nick's got to like, I don't know, we could come up with like fun stuff, like go to you're not in town. I was gonna say go to a bodega and buy some, milk and like awkward, like milk and kitty litter, right? Like that would be kind of, and have like a camera record. So I mean, that's something like that. That would be fun. I don't know if you're into that or not, and I know that's pretty extreme, like having the equipment for that and everything. But like that, you get the concept, right? So Nick and others out there definitely be thinking about that, and we'll see what we can do, because we want to have like, it'd be cool to have a Sunday, and then have like each week like we do a different game, and so then it doesn't become like a like a victory every week for the same person, or at least in theory, right? I mean, I would probably put my money on somebody specific every week, but that's just me. You guys might have your money on somebody else. All right, guys, we're actually almost to that 1:45 mark. I said I was going to cut out 15 minutes ago. Reese is probably ready for me. The wife, I don't know, I guess I can do the stalker app real quick to see how close she is. If she's on her way, I'm going to have to go like 5 minutes ago. because I gotta clean the kitchen. Happy wife, happy life, right? Oh snap! She's almost home. I'm not even kidding. She's almost home. Look, see how close she is. She works way over here. She works way over. She's almost home. All right, guys, I gotta go. So much love to everybody out there who's hung with me before and potentially after. Boy, there's a loud plane flying over right now. That sounded like it was coming from downstairs. But I got the back door open though too, so that's probably why. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed April 2019 Game Break. I know that some of you out there are catching this later. That's okay. We'll try to do it at a different time. If you guys got suggestions when you want to see him, maybe you want to see him every Saturday. Maybe you want him at 4 o'clock. Maybe you want him at 3 in the morning. 3 a.m. Right, Robert? 3 a.m. Game Break? I saw your text. This silly thing. I'll tell you about that later. Anyways, guys, I got to go before I get in trouble. That's going to go ahead and do it for me. It's been a pleasure. You guys know the drill. Go ahead and check us out over on social media. Of course, we've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and right here on the YouTubes. And we also have Twitch. I don't know. Why isn't Twitch up there? Nick! No, I'm just kidding. That's my bad. Thumbie Must See should be up shortly. As for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time, see ya!